You can be doing a lot of things right and still feel like your body is just not cooperating anymore. And I think that is one of the most frustrating parts of perimenopause. You can clean up your eating, you move more, you take your supplements, you drink more water, and you try to get to bed at the decent hour. And still something feels off. Your sleep changes, your cravings change, your weight starts shifting, and you feel more irritable, anxious, or just not quite like yourself. Your brain feels foggy, and definitely the things that used to feel easy, suddenly they take a lot more effort. If this is you, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Hi, I'm Päivi Krogan. I'm a nutrition therapist and a certified health coach. I help women in midlife specifically to stop chasing symptoms and start understanding the patterns behind how they feel. First, let's look at the body a little bit differently. Most of the healthcare we grew up with is organized by body part. So if you have a rash, you go to see a dermatologist, right? If your heart is racing, off to cardiologist you go. If your mood is off, you may end up talking to a therapist or psychiatrist. And there's a place for that, of course. Each specialist, they're trained to understand their part of the body. So that's not a problem. The challenge is that, especially in midlife, the symptoms, they don't always stay in the same department where they show up. But we often look at them as if they do. We assume that if something shows up on your skin, the answer must be in your skin. If it shows up in your mood, the answer must be in your thoughts or emotions. And if your weight changes, the answer must be calories or willpower. But the body does not work in separate departments. Let me give you an example of what I mean. Imagine that you ate something that didn't agree with you. You'd probably expect to feel it in your stomach, get some bloating, discomfort, something obvious. But what if it didn't? What if just a few hours later your skin started feeling itchy? That can happen because your gut and your skin are connected through your immune system. When something irritates the gut, the reaction doesn't always show up as stomachache. Sometimes it shows up in your skin. And the mood can work the same way. Your brain is connected to your blood sugar, your stress, hormones, your sleep, your gut, and your nutrient status. So when anxiety hits you at 3 p.m., it may not be coming out of nowhere. It may be your body just responding to something that started earlier in the day. This is what holistic nutrition is about. Holistic doesn't mean vague or some woo-woo thing. It means we look at the whole picture. Your digestion, blood sugar, hormones, sleep, stress, mood, energy, and brain function, they're all connected. And they are shaped by how you eat, how you live, and what your body is dealing with day to day. So when something feels off, I'm not only asking where is the symptom, I'm asking what is putting pressure on the body and how are those pressures connected? Because in midlife, it's almost never just one thing. It's usually a stack of smaller things, that choppy sleep you get, blood sugar swings, maybe under eating protein, too much stress, not enough recovery, maybe foods that don't agree with you anymore. Any of those might not explain just everything, but put a few of them together and suddenly things start to make a little bit more sense. So once you start looking at the body this way, I think you have a better place to begin. You stop feeling like you're just reacting to one random problem after another, and you may stop chasing every symptom like it's a separate little fire to put out. Fix the rash, fix the sleep, fix the cravings, mood, as if none of them is connected. So instead, you start looking for the places where taking pressure off the body can help, like several things at once. For example, blood sugar may be a good entry point. So if you start your day with coffee and toast, you may feel fine at first, but then after a couple of hours later, you feel shaky, hungry, irritable, and you reach for more caffeine and wondering why your mood is all over the place. So now compare that to breakfast with enough protein, fiber, and healthy fat to actually hold you. Your blood sugar is steadier and your cravings may not hit as hard. Your may be less reactive, and you may not need to white knuckle through your afternoon anymore. And that's the ripple effect. So you're not fixing like five separate problems, you're changing one pattern, and that was feeding several of them. And this is the lens I bring to my work with clients. We're not just asking, like, what symptom do you have? We're asking more like, what keeps feeding this pattern? And where is the first useful place to begin? In the next video, I'll walk you through the pressures I see most often in perimenopause. And these are the things that tend to like stack up and make your body feel a little harder to understand. Not so you can overwhelm yourself with more things to fix, but so that you can start seeing the pattern a little bit more clearly. Before you go, I'd love to know, what's that one thing that has felt differently in your body lately? Tell me in the comments. I do read them and I'd really love to know. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.